Do you remember dying in one timeline and carrying over to another? I had this experience about a year ago. I was on my first ever solo road trip, and I actually have a pinned video where I'm actually wearing this hoodie, so you'll know what to look for. And it talks more about this, but it was the most transformative experience of my life thus far. I was told that fear was illusion, I was limitless, that I'm the screenwriter of my reality and I can rewrite my meanings to everything. Trusting my intuition, completely guided the entire time, had nothing planned. And the more I followed my joy, the more I was manifesting everything in the moment. The more the channels were wide open, and it was download after download after download. And all these puzzle pieces, things that were happening, had happened in my life, all of a sudden were all making sense why they were intended to happen. How I was guiding myself from the future, since past, present, and future are all happening right now. Anyway, so I was on a highway in Georgia and I'm driving, and all of a sudden I have this image of me rolling the car with this big old goofy grin on my face. But I'm thinking, no, I don't want to manifest this. This is not what I want to manifest. Oh gosh, no. All of a sudden there are emergency vehicles coming up behind me, and we're slowing down, and there's a car on the right-hand side that had rolled. The timing of everything aligns with when my vision would have occurred. And then the answer came to me. You died in that timeline. You ended that timeline and carried on to another one. This isn't the first time this has happened to me though, but that moment put together other puzzle pieces when this had happened. An interesting one that actually came to me as time went on. My most recent past life is in Oklahoma in the late 1800s. I have a father, a mother, a brother, and myself, and I'm a little girl, and I drowned. And there's a lot of different drowning experiences that I've gone through as Stephanie now, and it all makes sense. So I drowned. I'm a little girl, and this is something my father had a very hard time forgiving himself for in that lifetime, and he did not forgive himself until he passed over, and we told him there's nothing to forgive. You only needed to forgive yourself. Everything was as it was intended to be. Anyways, so as Stephanie, the oldest memory that I recall is being at a beach when I'm about 3 years old, and I'm with my dad. And this woman is walking through the water and screams, "Oh my God," and picks up this little girl up out of the water, her limp body. She had drowned. And I remember standing there and looking at the mother, and I could see she was in a complete state of shock. That was clear to me at 3 years old. But after having the experience in Georgia, it dawned on me that that was the remnants of myself from my past life, and I was seeing it. I just didn't put it together until now, obviously, and starting to go through this spiritual awakening and realizing that I'm the one designing my entire story, and everything has purpose and meaning. It's just figuring out why I put it there and what I was trying to tell myself, what I'm trying to remind myself. But what's also interesting is I see my guides when I'm floundering around and feeling like I'm drowning and overwhelmed in emotion and unclear on things, that they're laughing at me and telling me to stand up because I'm in 2 feet of water. That little girl was in 2 feet of water, which leads me to believe that I drowned in 2 feet of water in Oklahoma at the end of the 1800s. So I'm very interested if you have a story like this, because it's not the only 2 that I have. There are more, but I know that there are others like me out there, as this bird is literally on the screen outside my window right now looking at me.